Hello, I'm Rich Dean with West Coast Collector Cars in Oregon, and today I've got a very nice, very original 1968 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Convertible to show you. Now, pretty thrilled about this car. This thing is very nice. This is an original Silverstone silver car. It's repainted in about 2012 in its original color, but now is a base coat clear coat, which is, you know, superior to that lacquer that they had back then. But let me take you around. I'm going to talk to you about some of the fine points of this car, and I think you're going to see what I mean. It's very nice. Now, let's take a look at the paint first of all up in here. Very nice, very deep silver paint. I'd like to point out the shut lines, the gaps on this car are amazing for a 1968 Corvette. Beautiful. Nice and straight everywhere. The doors, the hood, the headlight buckets. Wheels and tires, these are original Corvette Rallies. And of course these are BF Goodrich radial TAs all around. Very nice, they're all but new. Underneath, you might see that the front suspension has been rebuilt. You can see some new bushings there. The engine in this one is an original 327 350 horse small block Chevy, and it is the original to the car. It is the numbers matching. I'm going to show you that. Most of all of us know what numbers matching means, but I'm going to try to point that out so everyone will know if you don't know already. Corvette was the one that probably started all that numbers matching stuff that we keep hearing about all the time. So what better car to show you than a Corvette? But at any rate, the engine has been rebuilt. They did a nice job on it. It runs excellent. The transmission is an M21 Muncie close ratio 4-speed, and actually it's the numbers matching as well. So I'll show you what I mean by that as we go along here. Let me take you inside the passenger side interior. 1968 was the only year that had this combination here where you have to push down here and then you've got a button. After 68 they did away with this button, so you just had this, but this way you just push the button, get in there. Black interior, looks pretty original. I'm almost thinking this is the original interior for the car. The odometer shows some 69,000 miles on it, and I really think it's original. Dash is nice, console, all the gauges work, shifts very nicely. Power windows on this car. This black convertible top that you see is brand new. But I also have the Silverstone Silver Original hardtop for the car. And if you go to the website, westcoastcollectorcars.com, you'll see that. I have pictures in the configuration you see here with the top down as well, and also with that hardtop on. And the hardtop has a stand that goes with it, and it's got wheels so you can kind of move it over to the corner of the garage if you're not using it and whatnot. But another thing to point out about this car, this is a little unusual too, this particular car has its original tank sticker. And what that was like a little build sheet that was originally glued to the top of the gas tank when the car was going down the assembly line, and that told the assembly workers what options the car had and was born with, and this car actually has every one of those traits to it. So that's pretty neat. That's a nice piece when you're looking for investment quality. But very nice car to drive, very fun to drive, very easy to drive. Clutch works easy, transmission shifts like butter. I mean, it's just a sweet, sweet 68 Corvette. The chrome is nice, but you can see it is showing some wear, and I think it's because it's 50 years old. I think these are the original bumpers for the car. Look really nice. The exhaust was replaced, so the exhaust is new. It has MagnaFlow mufflers on it, so it has a nice sound to it. All your light lenses and everything are nice. They really did an excellent job when they painted this car. All the trim and bright work looks excellent on the car. It really does. Again, we're talking about that fitment. You know, this is the hard tonneau, so when you take the top down, this comes up and the top goes down in there, and then this hard tonneau comes down and closes. It's in excellent shape. A lot of times these are beat up even if they've been painted, but not this one. Look how that fits nice. Your little vents here. We had the new top installed. We even kept the tag on there that the original dealer would have had on there, and they tell the dealer not to remove this tag. So we left all that intact. Take in the driver's side here again. Nice door panels, no rips, no tears. It's your data plate there that indicates what the color is and the trim. Again, all the gauges work, and that includes the clock. If you take a look at the tachometer here, you'll see that it redlines at 6,000 RPM. So if you would have had the 327 300 horse, it would have redlined at about 55, maybe 5,300, but the higher horsepower engines had a higher RPM redline. Seats fold, you know, forward nice and easy. It's just a beautiful car that's been very well taken care of. I suspect it was kept in the garage its whole life. I mean, it's just nice. If you go to the again, the website, look underneath. I've got pictures of the undercarriage. The undercarriage is very nice and clean under there. There's no rust in the framework. The floor pans, of course, are fiberglass, and they would decompensate if they, you know, were not taken care of. But in as much as this car has lived its life inside, they're in excellent condition. All the original undercoating and so forth is there. It's just a very, very nice car. Let me pop the hood for you there. Doors close nice and easy. You don't have to slam them. You know, and that says a lot about a Corvette convertible, because Corvette convertibles, you know, they were pretty rigid rides. And as such, you know, you have some flex going on. And consequently your body panels over the years have kind of lost some of their fitment. But I got to tell you, this car has been treated so well. All the body panels, I can't emphasize enough, fits very nicely on this car, and that's unusual. Up front here, chrome is nice, you know, original bumper, hugs the body, nice. And again, you know, your headlight buckets are in excellent shape. Headlights work, all the lights work. The windshield wipers, let's open that up. I wanted to show you the windshield wipers. There's a door right here. See, you can't see the wipers on these. So when you activate the wiper switch, this door opens up and the wipers begin to work. All of that functions properly on this car. I've seen a lot of Corvettes, and a lot of them it doesn't. This one it does. Works great. Take you under the hood here to reveal that 327, 350 horse, excellent engine. Notice all the shielding for your spark plugs and spark plug wires. Ignition shielding, it goes over the distributor. All that is original to the car. Power steering on this car, which is original. Unusual, because most Corvettes didn't have power steering, you know, but this one does. So that makes it just that much nicer to drive. If we take you around the other side, I want to show you what I'm talking about when we talk about the term numbers matching. So what that means is we're talking primarily about the engine block, although there is more detail to that. But if you look right here on this engine pad, you can see this number right here. Now, that number is the last 6 digits or so of the VIN, or the vehicle identification number. So in order to be numbers matching, that number there must match the VIN plate, in this case on the A-pillar, and consequently the title. So, you know, over the years, engines got destroyed or taken out for whatever reason, and so that's why numbers matching kind of began to be sort of important, particularly in the world of Corvette. This one does, as you see, has its original engine in it. Very cool. And the transmission, same thing. They did stamp the transmissions on these with the partial VIN, and this one does have it. So that's a nice feature when you're talking about any kind of an investment. So what I'm trying to say here is, not only have you got a great car that's fun to drive, easy to drive, looks great, take it to a car show, but you've also got a good sound investment as well for the future. That's important. So what I'd like to do now is I'll hop in the car, I'll start it, we'll get there and run, and I'll just take it for a couple of little laps here around this parking lot so you can kind of see what it looks like driving under its own power. But it does have a nice stance to it. It sits just perfect. Great car. Can't say enough about it. Show you the power windows there. Another feature this car has. Runs and drives so nice. Very easy to drive. You know, some of these older Corvettes were a little cumbersome, but not this one. This one you could drive this thing back and forth to work every day if you wanted to. It's just that easy to drive. Beautiful car. Kept very well. Excellent investment quality here. You know, but if I can answer any further questions for you about this 1968 Corvette Stingray, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Again, my name is Rich Dean, and this is West Coast Collector Cars. My number is 503-851-6763, and thank you for watching today.